Welcome to another episode of Educating Kahnawake. I'm your host, River McCumber.
And I'm your host, Mr. Ryan, and we have a lot in store for you in this month's episode. We start by taking a closer look at the Kahnawake Education Center's post-secondary education program.
We go now to the post-secondary counselor, Nadine Montour, with more information on how the program operates.
I'm Nadine Montour, and I'm the post-secondary counselor at the Kahnawake Education Center. We have a post-secondary program which is the extension of your studies after high school. And what we offer is funding to students from Kahnawake, counseling services, support, helping students to find resources within their schools. We help students to apply for CEGEP and university. And we also meet with parents too if they're interested in getting more information to help their child. Another big part of the program is we help a lot of mature students to go back to school and to get their applications ready and all of that whole process too. My role is specifically to help students. And that could be a student from right out of high school who's entering the CEGEP or college system, all the way up to a student who is re-entering school as a mature student. Our clientele is very different. We have some really young students who are 16, 17, right out of high school. And then we have some students who are all the way up into their 50s even. And some people are attending school later on in age. So they've been out of school for a long time. They don't have maybe the computer skills yet to be able to do the online applications and paperwork like that. So that's where I come in, is to assist them with that. This year, I believe we have approximately 220 students, and we have the most full-time students that we've had in a few years. So we're at approximately maybe 160 full-time, and then the balance are part-time students. For full-time students, we cover student living allowances, which is a weekly allowance that students get. And the rates vary if you're single or if you have dependents or if you're married. We cover most tuition fees in Quebec are very low, so they're covered in full, but when students start going out of province or to private colleges or to the US, then the funding changes, and we have limits set on that. Over the years, there hasn't been much change at all for post-secondary funding. There hasn't been any decrease or increase. It's pretty much remained steady. We've been able to manage, and one of the advantages is that the majority of the students attend school here in the local area of Montreal or in Quebec, and we have the lowest tuition fees in Quebec, so that is a bonus. And then another a really good bonus of the program is that we have academic incentive awards, which are given out to students who are high achieving students who maintain a certain GPA. And that is for fall and winter semesters. And those are given out once a year. Students have to apply for it. And if we notice that their marks are really high, sometimes students aren't aware of it. And we'll remind them to apply for that. And then we have a ceremony, usually in October of each year, to present those awards. A lot of students are in very general programs, such as social science at the CEGEP level. And the other one is the arts. We have a few students who are in the health field or science, but we would like to see more. And one of the projects that I'm working on is called the Strategic Community Health Careers Initiative. And that initiative is to promote students to attend programs in the health field. Our local hospital, Cadbury Memorial Hospital Center, will be expanding, and there's a need for positions within the hospital. So we highly encourage students to go into the health career field. Any type of field under health services is highly recommended to students. So the post-secondary program is a very important program because it is one of the tools that we can use to our advantage to encourage students to stay in school, to become more independent, empower the community, Education is key. If we want to grow and we want our students and our community to be stronger, students need to stay in school. Really look at all the options, and you can ask me, you could ask your school counselor, and we can get the ball rolling and see where you could look for further funding. And I wouldn't want to see them miss out on opportunity because of financial areas. I always try to look at what we could help the student with, and also for them to learn how to access funds for their education.
It's the end of term for Kahnawake schools, and elementary students who did not receive a detention since the beginning of the year were rewarded.
Let's take a look at the students who participated in Cattery School's validation skating.
This event is our validation incentive, and this event is something that we do by term. The purpose for this event is we celebrate with the children, students who receive no detentions or no suspensions from school. This event has been going on for 13 years, and this is the 14th year. And what we have done in the past is we celebrated at the end of the year. It was called our yearly validation barbecue. And as the years went on, we started to, hear concerns and so forth from families, staff, children, that maybe we should put in periodic incentives, so that it was a long time for the end of the year for students to reach that goal. So what we did is we did that. And this event is one of them, a result of it, where after the first term, if students didn't receive any detentions, then what would happen is we would all celebrate and with skating, sliding. Then the next term, we would celebrate again. So 3 times throughout the year, we celebrate with families and with the children to come together and celebrate the positive behaviors that they put out there and give to the school. The incentive has worked. We have evaluated it throughout the years to make sure that it is effective, and we have seen that it is working. We hear from the students in the school, in the classroom, saying, I want to work, it's my goal this year, I want to do that. So it has been effective. We have had a large amount of students who have achieved that goal. We put a plaque out in the school, and it's visible there. And as well, for some, they've made it throughout their whole school year where they have not had one detention at all, from grades 1 to grade 6.
Yes, I like skating. Yes, I like skating. Oh yeah, it was pretty fun. Wiped out a couple of times. I'm okay. I look forward to it every year. To get on the skating trip, you have to get no detentions for like the semester. Yeah, I plan on keeping it up.
We have been looking at the event to see its purpose, and we have heard from parents and from community members and from staff that could this not be an event at the end of the year that we celebrate with all children in the school. So we have made that change this year, and this is the first year that we are going to end the year off with all students of Cattery School and parents. And so what we are doing is making sure we have the 3 incentives that are celebrated with family once again and students, but we want to make and open up the end of the year validation barbecue to all families. The term validations, like what we're having right now with the skating, it is mixed. The students do love it. Of course, those who make it really enjoy it and feel like it's a good event. They look forward to it, and same with parents. Some parents who we've spoke to on our in-school committee, we've always debated, what happens to ones who don't and who do make it. There have been some parents who say, well, I have 2 children. I have 2 children, and one makes it and one doesn't. Those are the way things happen in the world, and there are consequences. But the second term event, they know they have a chance again. So there's always the chances to participate. And like we said, at the end of the year, there's going to be everyone together. I really think this event, for myself, I've seen it throughout the year. It's always been something that I have seen the children look forward to. They have enjoyed it. It's a good time to get out, to be out of the school, to do something different. It's a way to provide more, most times it's physical activity, something different. and it's a chance that the teachers and staff get to engage with the kids in a different way, and I really think it's positive and it's enjoyable, and I really would like to continue to see it continue on.
Gardiner School also held a similar event.
Let's take a look and see what the students were awarded for not receiving any detentions.
Well, this evening we're having our first ever Gardiner School sleepover. We have approximately about 90 students, and it's an incentive that we do 3 times a year, and this is the first one, and each one of the incentives coincide with our report card terms. So I remind the kids again about proper behavior, how to get along, working under interpersonal skills. As far as I'm concerned, and looking at the expression on the kids' faces, that was something that they were really looking forward to. Ever since I came on as principal, I started to chart the amount of detentions that we had, and prior to like 7 years ago, it was like about 150 office infractions. And then as we started to implement the initiatives, and then also like our anti-bullying programs, so then it began to decrease, where last year we had approximately 20 detentions for the entire year. So if we go back a number of years ago when it was like 150, so we see it a gradual decrease, so that's a great thing. As I said, as a school, as a staff, as everybody working together, we're just trying to do our best to create that hook, to provide the love of learning for each one of these kids, so that when they go back and reflect later on in life, that Gardiner Stock will have been a positive influence on their lives and help them into higher levels of learning to go and to be the great people that they can do to help make this world a better, safer, and happier place to live in.
That's all we have for this month's episode.
We hope you enjoyed the show. See you again. Anna.
Anna.